What's up, friend? Welcome back to another Avatar: The Last Airbender standard video, and today we're going to have a look at a deck list that may just be the ultimate anti-meta deck. This is Insidious Roots, and I think a lot of people dismissed Insidious Roots after Tyva rotated. However, I think it's so well positioned right now, and I'm going to explain exactly why that is to you. Insidious Roots is a 2-mana enchantment. Whenever one or more creature cards leave your graveyard, create a 0/1 green plant creature token, and you put a 1/1 counter on each plant you control. So Insidious Roots swarms the battlefield, and then also is not vulnerable to all these like red board wipes that you see, because the plants grow in both power and toughness. So something like a Fire Magic, a Pyroclasm, an Iro's Demonstration, they're all not really going to work against Insidious Roots. You also don't care that much about all these like single targeted like cheap interaction spells like Firebending Lesson or like Boomerang Basics, because you're just gonna keep swarming the battlefield over and over and over. And this deck also has a ton of ramp in there. So we have Moltenders, Llanowar Elves, Gene Pollinators, and Badgermole Cubs to make it so that we can just replay anything, play a bunch of spells at the same time, overwhelm the battlefield. Another card that's really great in combination with Insidious Roots is the Roboroid, one of the best green cards in standard right now. 4 mana, 1/3. Beginning of combat on your turn, you put X1 counters on each creature you control, where X is this creature's power. Now the funny thing is, a Roboroid is a plant, so a Roboroid also gets 1/1 counters when your Insidious Roots triggers. And then for the spice, I'm also playing Ketramose New Dawn. I think this card is very well positioned too right now. This is a 3 mana 4/4 Menace lifelink indestructible creature. And a lot of these like red spells, they read if the creature dies, then exile it, which creature's indestructible. That's not going to happen. Ketramose can attack or block unless there are 7 more cards in exile. Whenever one or more cards are put into exile from graveyards, enter the battlefield during your turn, you draw a card, you lose 1 life. This is exactly what we're trying to do in Insidious Roots, is trying to exile our graveyard so that we can get the Roots triggers. But in order to do that, you need some graveyard exile, and we have 4 copies of Scavenging Ooze in this deck. A 2 mana 2/2 creature with a green activated ability. You exile target card from a graveyard, and if it was a creature card, you put a 1 counter on this creature, you gain 1 life. So Scavenging Ooze is here to help us out, but it can also be weaponized against your opponent. We can exile all the lessons out of the graveyard. So very well positioned against Kivaro. Like, Kivaro is getting really popular as people are figuring out that Kivaro is really effective against the Is That Lesson deck list. So we're playing this deck list to be 1 step ahead of both of those decks. We can beat Lessons, and we can beat Kivaro, and a lot of that has to do with us also having 4 copies of Scavenging Ooze in the main. Kivaro is absolutely going to suffer against that. We have Disruptive Stormbrutes in here too, which is a 5 mana 3/3 dragon. You can destroy target creature with power 3 or less, or when it enters, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. We have a little bit of hate against like the monuments and the artist talents. And yeah, like I think that is kind of exactly the package we're looking for. One of the cooler things that this deck is also capable of, this happened to me in one game, is I beat Lessons by just out healing them. I had like multiple Dredger's Insight on the battlefield. Ketramose was capable of attacking, getting me a bunch of cards, and I just gained so much life that the lesson deck just couldn't reach me, and they just like ended up decking themselves. So there's a lot of ways you can beat the meta with this deck list. I also even like the Maelstrom Pulses in the sideboard, can do a really good job cleaning up a bunch of like Monument to Endurances that are laying on the battlefield. We also even have Torpor Orbs in the sideboard, which is so good against the Kivaro deck as well, and any other like deck that has a bunch of like ETB effects. I truly think this is the ultimate anti-meta deck list right now. You'll see it in the gameplay coming up. Lots of ways to exile cards out of our own graveyard, exile cards out of our opponent's graveyard, and we also have immunity to graveyard hate, because a Roboroid can just clutch out games regardless. Like a couple of dorks in a Roboroid that isn't removed can just win games anyway. And then if the graveyard hate goes crazy, then we have Ketramose also still as like a backup win con. So I really like it. Let's dive into the gameplay. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Loving the vibes of this hand right now. They're not ready for the Insidious Roots Inquisition, but they will be soon enough. But they will be. They're not ready for it. Boom. And yeah, like the coolest thing with Insidious Roots is that it fucking is a plant. Like we are in our lane, growing our plants in our bag, flourishing, watering the plants, nourishing, fertilized, fucking no, all of that in our in our pots. Yeah, photosynthesizing and shit, you know, all that. Okay, this could be big, you guys. This could be big. Oh, they already know. They didn't even want to fucking see it. Because the fucking Roboroid would trigger immediately. We'd grow the board. Everything would grow. This is like the nastiest shit. No red removal can hit our creatures once we have that roots down and they're Roboroids. Yeah. Truly, truly growing some plants. We're doing this in the name of Chikorita. She do be a little plant too. Okay, well that was nice. I mean, they also kept it one-lander, so they were just gonna get ran over, honestly. I'm shocked to see people still playing Badgermole Cup. I thought a lot of people would be traumatized by now, but clearly not. What are they, like? I don't know, they could be in a wide variety of directions. Yeah, we got Ketra. We got Ketra. I think the opponent is going to be a little bit too aggressive, maybe, but I'm not sure. It's just a Gamba. No, we are healing nature. Like, we're doing it. We're doing it. As a noob, I can't understand why Grand and Badger are so OP. Well, it comes down to, you know, the biggest thing in Magic, which is, of course, like, cost reduction. You know, being faster. It's all ways for you to either ramp up a bunch of mana or discount your spells, which just allows you to do, you know, cast more spells in a single turn. It's just, yeah, it's just like cheating your mana. It's, I guess, like the most TLDR way to say it, but yeah. It accelerates you super fast. Okay, let's go. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Could we do some black, I guess? I can set up another elf. I can set up ooze. Ooze would be probably a bit better setup here first. TLDR is Granny Smoke's too tough. Their swag's too different. They're trying to kill Gran. That's very sad for Gran. Rip Diva. Just gonna ignore that. Yeah, Gran kind of just like... Yeah, Gran specifically is such an interesting case because... Gran specifically is such an interesting case because Gran is not only like fantastic payoff but also a perfect engine for the small cost of 1 mana, which is just incredible, you know. Alright, I'll set up Ketra soon. Either's fine. Yeah, so if you win Worlds, you can help design a card, basically. You can help design a card. You can't fully design it, because they would maybe just design the most broken shit on the planet, but, you know. Okay, so... I'm just gonna have to exile, like, something here. Doesn't really matter, just, help me out with the Ketra. But it's only just, like, we got a lot of shit ahead of us, but we'll see how it plays out. We have a whiteboard. If I could just get something nice up, then we're good to go. Ren is balanced by the fact that she's a 1/2. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's definitely a lot of power print in Avatar, but at least the things are easy to interact with. So, you know, it's not the end of the world with some of these powerful things. Yeah, I've had people say silly stuff like Seth designing like a new reprieve or some shit. A new bounce spell. I'm gonna get greedy here. I'm gonna get greedy here. Ketra. Rewind, yeah. Alright, chat. Hoping I can live. Yeah, I think, like I said, I think the thing with Seth is that legally everything was like allowed, but I still don't think takebacks, even though it's part of the rules, shouldn't be allowed at the stage of Worlds, right? Specifically because, like, you know, I think for me, my biggest issue with the Seth thing is that he had a solid 30 seconds to make up his mind, right? He literally cast a spell, had 30 seconds to think about it, and then was allowed to take it back. If you do something like, okay, I'm gonna cast Boomerang Basics. Oh no, wait, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually gonna do this. If you change your mind in like just a split second, I'm like, all right, what the hell? But at Worlds, if you cast a card and you have 30 seconds to think about it, I'm like, come on, man. At that point, it's like, but like I said, it's not Seth's fault. It's the fault is like the rules, you know. In my opinion, it's like the rules to blame. He technically didn't do anything wrong, but he technically didn't do anything wrong. 2, 4, 6, 7. Take 1. Lose 1 here, but I gain 1 here. Yeah. I don't know. I think you'd have to hold the best players in the world to higher standards. Personally, is how I feel about it. But, you know. Let's see if I can get out of this somehow. Because, like, if you're the call yourself the world champion, like, surely, you know, obviously everybody makes mistakes, but surely. Surely we can do better. Am I just dying here? Question mark. I think so. He went 10. Yeah, but I mean, the matchup against Ken, he should have never won. So it's like, I don't know. I find it like, I don't know. I feel like many, you know, like an LGS rule somehow being like cool at Worlds. I find that just kind of odd, but like I said, he technically didn't do anything wrong, so. But I do feel like, yeah, I know, like I said, I think the biggest issue is just that the ruling is just ancient, feels like. No, yeah, I think so. Takes more of the quality of the judges. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely not Seth's fault, but you know, I do think that a lot of people feeling angry about it. You know, I can understand it. So we got 4 attackers here. Just making sure I do the right shit. No attacks. Did he make a tweet about it? I saw him say I won Worlds, and he like turned off his replies. That's what I saw from him, but because people were obviously clowning on him. I think if he could take it back and play this whole tournament cleaner and like not ask for a take back, he would probably do it. I mean, nobody wants to get shit on like that, you know? I don't know why this opponent is just constantly swinging with everything, but period. I'll take it. Let's see. I can gain 2 more life here. I'll go up to 5. I could put ooze in front of one of these paw patches, take it out. I'm not sure if I can live, gamers, but we'll see. Yeah, it would have cost him the game. Like that, it's a fact that it would have cost him the game, the play that he wanted to make. Still dead regardless. Women's in the match on YouTube or something. Yeah, I get that. I don't know, like I said, like I personally, I just think the conversation can go from a bunch of ways, right? On one end, he didn't do anything wrong, played by the rules, and got the judge's confirmation. On the other hand, you can be angry because the judge absolutely probably should not have let that slide at World's top 8. Also, he had a habit of already playing sloppy and already had a game rule violation. In the same game, he already did another take back that just like let slide, which I think arguably like the quench play was worse than the boomerang play. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like I think I could see it from all angles why how people could either be like very upset about it or people just like, oh, he played by the rules. But I think ultimately the judge is to blame. So for me, like I don't think dunking on Seth is the right way to go. But yeah. It could be an angle shoot, which is a little scammy, but if the judge said yes. Yeah, I don't understand how the judge sees him commit to a play and then think about it for solid 30 seconds and then be like, all right, you're good, take it back. But, you know, ultimately, like, the very interesting thing is that, because I've read up more on the rules, is that the rule really comes down to the judge's judgment, you know, and it has some things to do with, like, information gained. But simultaneously, and this is something people don't talk about, it also has to do with the speed at which something is played and the speed at which something is being taken back. And I think that is something that's baffling a lot of people because he took 30 seconds to think that, oh yeah, shit, I fucked up. You know, I think that is, for me, like, I think really significant that he was given so much time to just be like, oh yeah. But simultaneously, he didn't do shit wrong, so be angry at this, like, strange rule that shouldn't apply to, like, competitive REL. And be angry at the judge for just allowing him to take it back twice at a world stage, you know? I also think a lot of people look up to Seth as a player, and, like, you know, if somebody you're looking up to basically like stumbles through his matches while also being allowed to like take back a bunch of shit. Yeah, I think that definitely makes it so that I could see people be upset about that, you know? Well, I'll just remove Truneth before it gets crazier. Well, yeah, I mean, I think the worst thing about the entirety of Worlds was the goddamn finals. Like, my goodness, what an absolute shit match of Magic the Gathering was that. Like, what an absolute disgustingly, like, underwhelming match of Magic the Gathering. 2 dead games and then just, you know, the most incredibly anticlimactic game 3 ever. Like, what was that even? Kinda goofy. Well, I'm running out of time, guys. I just have ramp and no payoff. Oops. Maybe I could find something here. I'll try. The finals was just like, I think, what was it? Like, Akira in one game was mana screwed, then he was flooded or something. And what was it, like, it's something like first screwed, then flooded, and then like nothing happened or some shit. Like, it was really Oh yeah, he flooded and then he mulled the 5, so that was 2 games basically lost, and then the 3rd game was also just like very underwhelming. It was very boring to watch. Well, I'm thinking about a Roboroid here. I could also grab a Stormbrute to get rid of their Badger, but they could still pump it up with Tyvar, so I'm just gonna play to my own shit here. Hold on a minute. I don't want to tap more creatures than necessary. Yeah, I mean, initially when I saw, I was just like angry. I was angry and shocked initially when I saw it like play out, just like Marshall and like Paul were, that a judge would allow that to happen after so much time went past. But yeah, putting your anger with Seth is obviously not correct. Like, yeah, I mean, at the end of the matter, at the end of the day, like the way Seth was drawing in the finals is how you draw when you're trying to be a world champion. Like, you can't just be good at the game and get there. You also need to have a bit of luck on your side, of course. So, yeah. That's magic. But your Miss Seth, and you put your your angry growl with the judge. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. I get that. Am I brave enough to swing here? Yes. Well, yes. Is this my grab Ketra back moments? Or is this my destroy Badger Cup moment? Nah. Ketra does give me cards. Ketra for the funsies. Alright. Say less. Yeah, that's obvious. I think Ketra too. I think Ketra is just going to allow us to draw better cards. If I could just find an Insidious Roots, I'm good to go here. So we'll see. Probably a Roboroid, I guess. I think thank you for the 8. This is what green versus green usually looks like. It can be for sure. I could draw a card here. I'm just gonna get. I just gotta be really mindful of the opponent and their Tyvar. I'm kind of tempted to try though. Could hit something. New Badger. I'm cooking, hold up. Is that an Insidious Roots? Oh bitch. Wait a minute. Yeah, buddy. You gotta sit through it, I fear. Now my Ketramose can block as well, which is really nice. Okay, chat, I think we got quite a board here. All right, you guys, like, I think we got quite a good amount of creatures in our lane, you know, photosynthesizing. Yeah, my Ouroboros is like a 6-8 right now. This is gonna be like the most insane shit you've ever seen. Most likely. Maybe one more creature. Yeah. Okay, so they're gonna get a pump up of 4 to their creatures. Okay. +4. So then it's gonna go here. That's gonna go whatever one is the biggest, which is gonna be... Well, Tyvar could just get chump blocked. I'm okay with that as well. And then, chump block this thing too. Play it safe. Looks fine. Hidari, thank you for the 3. Una promo in hand, 3 Odom. Oh shit! Let's go. Alright, well. You ready for this next turn, bestie? Because, oh my goodness. Just got better even. I think I could literally hit for like... If the opponent doesn't auto-concede here, I could hit them for so much fucking damage. I don't even know. Like, that would have probably gotten close to get them like under 1,000 life or some shit. I'm pretty sure. Because I would just like exile more plants. I would grow all my Ouroboros. My Ouroboros would grow each other. Like, they'd be so dead. Maybe it's not that popular. I don't know. I don't believe so. I think it's super well. Like, I think Untapped, if I'm looking up Untapped, I think Lessons is the most played deck on Arena right now. I would imagine. Or like of the day, I guess. Let me have a look. I can check it on Untapped. Gene. Yeah, I think I'm somehow dodging them. Sussy. Yeah, I'll definitely play a little bit more of Jen's Jeskai control aggro deck. Deck slapped. I could set up the Moltendies. Probably just gonna develop this. And they just concede because they kept a one-lander, so don't know what that's about. Boros. No fucking clue. Boros. What does that mean? Aggro? Control? Just gonna run it. Jeskai control would never keep a one-lander. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Well, I mean, you could. I've done it before too. Assuming I'm just gonna hit rip lands at the top, but... You know. Mobilize? Maybe. Probably not a Ketra hand here, but... Later on, perhaps. What the helly? Leyline? Oh, okay. Oh. Is that a Ketra? Fuck yeah, it is. The swing. Well, hopefully I don't get one shot, but it does make sense why they kept a one-lander, I guess. If they are a leyline pile. Let me be brave. No, blocks. Here comes the storm. Yeah, I think Jeskai's in a good spot. I definitely agree. Oh, it's just 12 damage, guys. No big deal. I have to tap all my shit to cast this Ouroboros. was really dangerous. Bruh, I could gamble on that. Jump blocker, but... Actually, this would be fine because I can tap the pollinator. RNG. I have 3 fucking Ouroboros. Boy, this could be so nice, but it depends. This could be so nice. It depends on their top deck, though. Enter the Avatar state? Excuse me, what the actual fuck? Flying? Nah, I can't beat that. That flies over. Okay. That'll do it to ya. Gatra's too grindy for these matchups. That's a cool tech, yeah. I think Enter the Avatar state is very underrated. It seems like the card just does so fucking much, you know? Okay, I like the mana. I'm not sure if I fuck with the fact that we can't really interact with anything, but I'm gonna try. Last words. At least not seeing a ley line, though. The Avatar state when you a lot of draft matches. Yeah, that makes sense. Dredgers. We'll buy back the dragon. I could also check out that Golgari dragon deck. That did pretty good. From Worlds. I'll let you guys vote. How to games. They're pretty good. We're trying to hunt down Izzet. I'm trying to be Izzet Slayer 69, but... You know. Not really seeing them. Yeah, no Leyline is kind of big. Yeah. Would changing a deck names cooler help? Possibly. Possibly. Voice of Victory. Well, I don't really have much instant speed. I have 0 instant speed interaction, so... I'm gonna mill a card. That's actually a pretty good card to hit with Soul Cauldron. Everything with counters on it becomes a ooze. Okay. You know, not vibing with this flood. Can't lie. If I could find a Roots, oh man, I'm chilling, but or like Roboroid, whatever, anything of the sort. Ooh, that guy flies over. That's pretty scary. I need a good top deck here, guys. 28% chance to hit a land. Like, I can't hit another land. Period. Don't do this. You fucking bastard. Not the flood. Not the flood, you guys. Not the flood. That's really unfortunate. I mean, like... I have 12 lands left and 45 cards. Hee hee. Don't solo me, Slick Shot. I know you can do it, but just don't, please. We're probably dead. Yeah. Probably are. Drawn like Akira. Yeah, I am. Yeah, if they fling this in my face, I'm fucked. Okay. Well, that's pretty bad still, I'd say. But I'm alive, I guess. Yippee! She lived. Fuck. Come back, please. Come back, buddy. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 activated abilities on that thing. Period. You gotta be fucking kidding me, though. What is this behavior? Why am I only ripping lands over the top and milling my bomb? You gotta be shitting me. Very rude, very disrespectful. Anyway, I'm still gonna get out of this. Trust. I'm still gonna get out of this. I have 2 ways to mill. Mill. Let's see. What else do I want to do here? Okay. I could do something. Yeah. That like clip is forever in my my brain. 32 life though. My god, I have some work ahead of me, but if any deck can get out of it, it's Insidious Roots, so try me, bestie. So I can do that. I definitely want to get rid of both of these here, that's for sure. Even though this is also annoying, but... Okay, so if I exile that, I gain 2 life. I at least have a guaranteed 6 life. So that's fine. Come on then. Mill. Mill. Okay. Well, let me actually go about it like this. Yeah, undefeated against Izzet because I'm not fucking playing against it, I fear. Boom, boom. And then we can go over here as well. And all my plants are also capable of milling. Well, not right now, but they can exile stuff as well. So... I'll get out of this. I will get out of this. Don't worry about it, Chad. Don't worry about it. Thing is, I need a lot of life, so I'm just trying to like hold back with all my things that can mill and put more creatures in the graveyard. Because... Okay, I'm gonna mill. All of you guys get to work. Come on, team. Not milling any creatures here. I swear to God, don't do this. None of you guys, none of you fuckers was capable of milling a creature. Bruh. Do better, guys. Well, that sucks. Okay, I'm just gonna have to hit this and turn the ooze into, like, every creature in my graveyard could represent 2 points of life. So, yeah, I guess I could have. Forever. Yeah, I technically lost out on a single point of life there. So if I lose by 1 point of life, it's my own fault. Either way, I still don't feel comfortable enough to swing, so I'm just gonna hold back, build my board, gain some life. Still not feeling it. Okay, well, they at least were done. No top decks? They don't believe they can get out of it? Okay, alright, alright. I'm not really an otter hater. I'm not an otter hater. I thought the deck always just had some, like, toxic play patterns, but... You know, in the grand scheme of things, of how Standard has developed, Otters is one of the fairer combo decks out there. Whereas it used to be pretty unfair, because, like, that was kind of like, Otters was kind of one of the first decks in Standard in, like, the last year or two that felt like, okay, my opponent's storming off. Yo, fuck, it's Grand. Okay, we're in this. We're in this. Ooh. Like the bestie. I also feel like I may need to guarantee a land drop, though, here. I think I would need to do the responsible thing and grab a land. Because they're never going to be able to remove both of my dorks, and I can always set up my, my plans. Lock in. I'm locked in. I'm gonna have to defeat this lesson deck. This is what we're here for. This is the moment. This is the moment. I sometimes wish Moltener could hit your opponent's graveyard as well. Like, I know that's too much to ask, but it would be nice. Why is Grand a 1/2 when most other mana warriors and soldiers are 1/1s? Well, should I make that joke? She's thick. Lord, thank you for the prime. You don't know what's going on under that garb. You know? She's kind of cooking. Okay. She's a Pixar grandma. Yeah, basically. Carrying the weight of the water tribe. Period. Ooh, I like the ooze here as well, though. I think I go ooze. Kind of crazy, right? But I think I just try to get them off their silly lessons. For now. Also helps me with the Ketra. Okay, well, maybe I don't have the mana to keep track of this. Whatever. I'm making an effort, guys. I'm making an effort to try and hit the graveyard here. Wish I had some more stuff set up. Maybe a badger, but trying to make it work. Ketra, get in here. They quench me, I can pay for it. Yeah, Gran is a world traveler in the world of Avatar, that's for sure. She has some old guy, what did Master Paku or whatever, that like met her when they were young, fell in love with her, and never forget about her. Like, she's got something going for her. Gran got something going for her, chat. Seriously. This diva? This absolute diva. In the comics, they get married. Sheesh. Alright, one exile away from Ketra cooking. Nah, it's true. Gran breaking hearts, breaking decks. I mean... crazy stuff. What can't she do? Badger. Alright, Bessie, let's cook. We're still not cooking. Well, I mean, like, we're not doing bad, but... trying to see if I can hit some cards here, you know. Come on, Ketra. Step up. That is a good card, though. Oh, you're fucked, is that player. You're done. You're done. You're done. You don't even really... You're done. You're so done. You know it. Hey, you know it. Okay. Let's run that back. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Your time's up, Pinhead. Yeah. Otter. I saw a really cute video of like two otters like cuddling the other day. I was like, oh, is this Magic the Gathering? Quite cute though. I mean, I have a lot of hate here. Like, do I need all of this? Yeah, we're playing Ketra modes because how the fuck... They're not going to be able to deal with an indestructible Ketra. Like, combustion technique checks on whether or not the creature can die and then it exiles. So if it can ever die, it can get exiled. That's the idea behind it. Basically. Jason, thank you for the 4. That's the idea behind it. You get bounced though? Yeah, it sets it back a single turn. I mean... you know, you can't really play around bounces ever because they're just gonna do it regardless. It's kind of tricky though, because like I know they have the board wipes, the Iris demonstration, which makes me want to get rid of Moltenders. But then like things get a little bit worse. We may actually just have like we may legitimately just have too much for this matchup. Like this is kind of wild. I like all the cards though, I mean... very tricky to get rid of something. Yeah, I have all the hate in the world. I don't know. Fuck it. 61. I guess they can remove it anyway. If you were to put the Similac and Airship deck in a commander, who would you put in the command zone? Oof. I'm not, like, that deep into commander. So you'd have to be in the mirror, and you'd have to have some, like, artifact synergy. I think there's got to be a commander out there somewhere. Because they printed a lot of, like, Dimir artifact cards. Well, you got to be in Dimir colors, right, in order to justify that. Esper Urza. You got to be in Esper color. Oh, that's not the end of the world, I guess. I gotta mold this, I fear. Fuck. I could gamble on this. It's dangerous, but I think I might have to gamble on it. Yeah, like you have winter. But I don't know if that's... Do you want to be in that position? Golbez. Oh, Golbez is cool. If you have Golbez, you can play Matoya too in the deck. What does Golbez say again? Whenever an artifact enters Christ, reveal 1 at the beginning of your end step. If you control 4 more artifacts, return creature card from your grave to your hand. And even if you return 8 or more... Then if you control 8 or more artifacts, your opponent's life equal to the card's power. That's kind of a cool one. Golbez would be a cool one, I think. I think Golbez will be cool. Damn. Nuking the entire table for 50. Nice. Yeah, Golbez sounds really sick if you're doing that stuff. But Toya and Golbez is a standard deck that I've always wanted to build, but never really made it happen. Let's see. Try Dredgers. I need to hit a land, so... Well, fuck my life, I guess. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. A one-lander, chat. I'm so fucked, like... A one-lander? I don't know if I can beat that. Land check? I don't know, man. I don't have a grand looting for me. I mean, obviously, I got greedy keeping a one-lander. I mean, that speaks for itself, but also, you know, bitch can try. Crying, shaking, throwing up. You know it. There's greedy, and then there's one land in the first 12. Well, yes. Well, yes. I have a pretty good chance at drawing a card, that's for sure. Drawing a land. Took your card to the mechanic because it was making a terrible noise. You removed the Mariah Carey Christmas CD, and now it's fine. Oh, I love... The holiday spirit is alive. Still. Good to know. Alright, land now and we can recover. Well, shit. Okay, hold on. Yeah, no, that's what I thought. Like, a couple of mana dorks, a one-lander, and a dream on the draw. Like, I feel like it wasn't the craziest, like, greed keep ever, but... Against Izzet, which is basically removal.deck, I mean, we'll see how it plays out. I'm gonna try, though. I'm gonna try. Never back down, never give up. If I just rip another land on the top clean, I could get out of this. Do it, do it. Don't be shy. Like, I have a really good setup potentially, so like to see it happen, but damn it. Another badger. I don't know. Alright, well, if I could, you know, cast cards, this game would be a lot easier, but whatever. I bet she's gonna try. Gonna prevent the value there. Oh, I mean, the value, I mean, what the hell? What kind of board do they have over there? Cease Assist would be, like, fire, but I have 2 lands. And I doubt this Badger Mole is gonna live to see another turn. We'll try, I mean, we'll try. Bye, Badger. Gone too soon. Gone too soon, man. 07. I mean, this shit just sucks, right? Like, straight up, just sucks. Yeah, if only we had lands. Life could be so simple. I was gonna say, give me a trigger. I'm not sure if I should even like stick in this game. Like, I think it's so far like beyond the point of winnable because of the setup they have, and I have 0 mana. I may just concede this. We could have literally done great things, but not with what's being given to us. Not with what's being given. Try again. Yeah, it just like got too far out of control, I think. Please be normal. Please be normal. But now I have no dorks, so whatever. I like working towards this. Okay. Need a land. Fortunately, I do have one. Okay, I'm hitting some land drops. That already puts me in a world where I'm a bit more comfortable for sure. Mother? Quenched. Kind of shit. But it's fine. I had to try. Is that all my Ketramos in the graveyard now? Of course it is. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? can get her back though, so it's not the end of the world. And bring back Mother. Be slaying Izzet? Yeah, we're trying. If Arena allows us to, we will try for sure. If Arena allows us to. First I was very confident, and then I saw Arena screwing me over, and I'm like, oh! Right, right. You're always fighting two enemies, Arena and your opponent, so... That's always one thing. It's never easy. Hold. We got this. We fucking got this. I'm gonna get closer to Cesus soon. Well, I mean, I don't really feel the urge to do that yet, but... Because I'm ahead on the board right now, so don't really feel that. Let me see what they do first, I guess. So I can exile 2 things out of their grave. Kind of an awkward spot to be in. I feel like maybe I'm better off just doing this instead. Just making some plants. Okay. I should technically don't have to do this now, but it's fine regardless. If only ooze was a plant. Chikorita, let's get her out. Sure, whatever. I mean, this is just them stalling the inevitable, really. That's all fine. But that means they had even, like, another lesson to go on top of it, which is just, like, I can't ever beat that regardless, so... That's fine. The sad thing is that that ooze is exiled now. Which does mean I can't copy it from the grave, but... Yeah, we'll see. Yoda homie. Maelstrom Pulse. Not right now. Okay. Trying to see if I can hit their graveyard even further here. mana up. Can't really do anything with that. Need to find a way to fill up my graveyard right now. I need to figure out a way to fill up my own graveyard. Well, yeah, I think Combustion Technique is very strong card for sure. I mean, very strong card. Man, their draws are fucking crazy. Like, I have all these like things in play to try and slow them down, but they just don't give a fuck. Like, every time I hit their whole graveyard and they find another Combustion Technique or another Accumulate Wisdom, they just have 3 Accumulate Wisdoms in the top half of their deck right now. Let's be so for real here. What a joke. Whatever. I get Ketramos next turn. I'll see what I can do. I probably bounce it now though. Nah, this opponent's drawing like fucking crazy. I mean... Crazy. The blue-white Grand Oculus builds. I made a blue-white Grand Oculus build. Trying to figure out what I want to do here, man. Like one of the things that I'm really struggling with right now is the fact that just feels like I just don't have enough mana available because I have no mana dorks. No. And I have no graveyard to take advantage of my Insidious Roots. Yeah, no, I know. I want to deal with the Talons, but I know they must have another one to work with, and I could hit it with the... Maelstrom Pulse is the idea behind it, but... Like, I can't grow my board because I have no self-mill here. I had 1 Insight and 1 Overlord, and like, my graveyard is not any creatures in it, so can't really do shit there. You know? Can't really do shit. This Ouroboros, like hella like underwhelming too because I don't have a board, which is not like we have so many mana dorks. That's the 4th Accumulate Wisdom. Okay, buddy. We have so many mana dorks. It's like we gotta hit it. You know, we gotta hit it. I'm just waiting on them to drop like double, like, you know, Monument to Endurance or some shit. I mean, I don't think they can kill me here though, at least. They're just looting through their whole deck, but... They have 17 cards left. Keep it going, dude. Yeah, I'll live. Not feeling like 100% great about my chances here, but we'll see. They sat out their monuments. I don't know. May just be greedy though. If I had a land, I could have played a Roboroid too. I don't know if I would have, but maybe. Okay, that's fine. Elf dying represents another point of life for me. And a plant. I'll get through this. Like this Bessie is not gonna get out of this shit, I don't think. Ketras cooking. That's what I mean. Get out of here. With your drawing through your whole fucking deck. Get out of here. Don't try it. A little bit of life gain. Don't try it.